Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and their full line of premium vault doors. Use code SUSA15 to save 15% at snapsafe.com.
You know, it's a question I've gotten time and again over the years. At what age should I let my youngster start shooting? And what should they be shooting, and in what sport? Well, we're going to try to be some help with that today, and we're going to begin with the understanding that your youngster has mastered safe shooting with a BB gun. Whether it's a Daisy Red Ryder or a Crossman air gun, this is where everybody starts and learns muzzle discipline, sight picture, learns about wearing safety glasses. If you're seeing responsible handling of a BB gun, then your youngster is ready to move on. And the most obvious thought is to a .22. But that's far from the only answer, because there are a lot of national organizations who will welcome you and your youngster into their game. Our first example is muzzle loading. The NMLRA is taking an active role in bringing kids into shooting. Scott Mings is the National Youth Coordinator.
The future of the shooting sports really depends on the number of people we can bring into the shooting sports. And kids love this type of activity. I loved it when I was a child, and I know that my kids have enjoyed it, so I just want to expand that, bring kids into the NMLRA through shooting air rifle, .22s, muzzleloaders, however we can safely teach them to shoot a firearm.
As always, but especially in the case of young shooters, the emphasis is on safety.
We take a lot of time to teach the kids how the rifle works, where the direction of the rifle ought to be pointed, what's going to happen when they touch the trigger, and throughout any of our events, we spend a lot of time on the safety issues.
Another shooting discipline that has a great number of young shooters is NRA Smallbore Silhouette, due in part to the 3 subcategories for junior shooters. There are the junior shooters, anyone age 20 and under. There are the intermediate juniors, age 15 to 17. And then there are the sub-juniors, all under the age of 15. Well, easily under that mark is 7-year-old Alexandra Deloach.
After the last big match I went to, I seen some 10, 11-year-olds, so I went home and built her a gun and had her shooting at age 7. So she started shooting middle of last year, and then she's doing better.
Perhaps your youngster has mastered the .22 and would be interested in something with a little more caliber. Well, cowboy action shooting might fill the bill.
An empty gun in your holster. Loaded gun. ROs, please check that the loaded gun is on the table. Okay?
The Single Action Shooting Society will actually teach your young shooter, age 12 and up, the fundamentals of their game, holding junior clinics at their larger regional matches. Or your aspiring shooter might take to the shotgun sports. Olympic double trap shooter Kim Rohde started shooting for the U.S. team at the age of 13 and took down her first gold medal at the age of 17.
Well, shooting for me has been passed down from generation to generation in my family. And instead of, we'd go camping, we'd go out to the shooting range and go shooting. Another family that has made shooting a family affair are the Michels. Max Michel Jr. has risen through the ranks of the USPSA faster and with greater success than any shooter before him. His journey started early once his dad felt he was ready.
For his 5th birthday, I bought him his first .22 rifle. He was shooting little BB rifles and pellet rifles before then, but I felt he needed to start learning actual guns, rifles, safety type things. I think it was maybe 7 or 8. He was shooting 9mm pistols all by himself.
Mac's interest in pistol shooting surfaced early, maybe a little earlier than his mother Cindy would have liked.
I wasn't in favor of it. I was very nervous with him with a gun. And I told my husband such, and he kept it up and wanted him to shoot. And Max showed a big interest in it. So I went along with it and went to all the matches and made sure everything was okay.
I felt he was safe enough to start at the age he did, which he was, I would say, late 9s, maybe right at 10 when he got into the sport.
And it didn't take long for Max Jr. to start making progress.
Time he was around 13, maybe 12 to 13, he beat me in the first match we went to, a club match. And he come up real sad and he goes, "Dad, you let me win." I looked at him, I said, son, let me tell you something. Dad will never let you win. And he was so proud at that point that he took off like a rocket after that point. He really did.
Max became the youngest USPSA Grand Master at the age of 15, even while juggling his commitments to other sports.
He would shoot two rounds of stages, run and do a basketball game, and I would take him back to finish up the shooting and still win the match. So I knew he had something.
The U.S. Army knew he had something too. After Max enlisted, he went right into the Army Marksmanship Unit, another stepping stone in his career.
I joined the Army 5 years ago, so I've been doing this 5 years full time. And then that's when I really started seeing improvement. You know, at 15, I was winning matches. At 17, I was top 3 at area matches, and now I'm winning quite a few of the areas. And now here in contention for the national championship.
There are a number of people along the way who have helped in the development of this champion shooter, but one man gets the credit.
All of the credit goes to my dad for pushing me and knowing when to stop. You know, if I wanted to take a break from shooting, he would never say, you're going to the range. It was not like that. I would take 6 months off at a time if I just wanted to play basketball, and he was totally okay with that. So I give him a lot of the credit for that.
The .22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge easily outperforms all other .22 caliber cartridges in its class, producing .22 250 performance in an AR-15 platform. The .22 ARC is engineered to take full advantage of the most aerodynamic .22 caliber bullets. This means tighter groups, increased accuracy, and an exceptional shooting experience. .22 Advanced Rifle Cartridge from Hornady.
Thanks again for tuning into the Shooting USA YouTube channel. We hope you enjoyed the content. A couple of notes. Make sure you take advantage of SUSA15 at snapsafe.com. That's our discount code that saves you 15% on anything from SnapSafe, and that gets to be some big money when you start talking about modular safes and vault doors. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our new content. As always, a like and a comment helps us with that algorithm.